Welcome to Media Mid Online. This isn't a holiday one yet. No, not a holiday yet. Coming up later, we're gonna do some holiday stuff. But right now, we're doing some JoJo and some of the new Resident Evil. The JoJo's new too. I'm Jeremy, and this is Dan.
What's up? Why don't we start with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, dropped last night at 2 a.m. for some reason on Netflix. It's currently available in the sub and the dub. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Season 5 Stone Ocean.
I did not know that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was a dub sub situation. I thought it was like an American TV show. I did not know. Is it like a Japanese anime?
Yeah.
Huh. That is an unusual style for animes.
Yes, and the original one is based on like the two British kids, the first season. So Jeremy and I just watched the first two episodes. What did you think? First impressions?
Pretty good. I would have liked to see, I guess, because you're kind of getting into a season. I feel like you want to see like some action to like know if you like the action, but they really didn't have much in the way of action in these. But what we did have was some interesting character development of the daughter and sort of the first villain of the week. I'm guessing this is going to be a Everyone Else Has Powers 2 show. That's my guess.
Yeah.
The entire prison took turns having the stone. And we're going to find that out as the season goes on.
Jolene Cujo is her name. She's the daughter of the main character in season 3, which is called Stardust Crusaders. So she's in prison wrongfully accused, and she's awaiting her trial. So she meets up with her lawyer, who gives her a pendant that has her two parents in it. Go ahead.
She is kind of falsely accused. She literally loaded a body in the trunk of a car.
That's a great point. Under pressure, but she is an accomplice. Jolene and her boyfriend, Romeo, which I thought was like a nickname. You know, it seemed really weird that his name was Romeo, but they're driving along, and he wants to drink out of her, I don't know, pina colada or whatever. He's distracted, and he blasts this dude who's crossing the street.
I don't know if he was walking on a bicycle, but he was in the road. He was not in a car though, because I mean, he just got mangled, and the car was mostly fine.
It launched him into a tree, and it's pretty gruesome, the blood in it. So if you're squeamish to any of that stuff, there is quite a bit of that.
The season 5 starts with a 3-minute masturbation joke.
That's true.
I guess it's supposed to be funny. I didn't laugh, but I felt like they wanted you to laugh or be. All right, I have written JoJo is the new black.
That's exactly what I was thinking of too. It's chicks in prison talking about flicking the bean. Not my words, their words. And how Jolene can tell if the girl masturbates based on her ring finger, which is really weird. Now, I'm no expert, but once you want to go middle finger, okay, let's move on. Her lawyer brings her a pendant, right?
Her lawyer, the elf.
Her lawyer, the weird elf, is trying to get her off. Not in the way that we spoke of just a moment ago, but trying to get her off of the charges, right? He wants her to take a plea deal, but first he gives her this pendant that chops the tip of her finger off.
It explodes it, really.
Explodes it.
And then she sees her finger explode and goes, hey, why'd you bring up my dad?
Yeah. She looks down and her finger's healed, and she has daredevil hearing now.
She has plot hearing.
Plot hearing. So she can hear through walls if
she can hear plot points through walls.
Yes.
She doesn't hear anyone like taking a shit.
Good. That's good. Or flicking the bean, right?
She probably hears that.
So the lawyer screws her over, not in that way. He tells her to take the deal, but the judge still sentences her because she admitted to the crime that she didn't commit. The only crime she committed was being an accomplice. The rest of it, the drunk driving,
when you're not an accomplice if you load the body into a car.
You're not? Where are you?
You're literally like whatever the crime of hiding an accident and hiding manslaughter would be. Like she didn't commit manslaughter, but she did like if one guy goes into the bank with a gun and shoots someone and steals the money and you help load the money into a helicopter. You're not an accomplice. You're a bank robber. But like she loaded a dude's body into the car,
Yes.
then helped throw it into the swamp.
Right.
And according to the judge, he was alive. So like she never even checked for a pulse.
She is a criminal, but the way she gets screwed over is Romeo doesn't do any time. And as we see between him and his elf gay lover, right? They have like a weird embrace after the lawyer screws over Jolene.
That's just a dude being creepy.
Oh,
He's
okay.
like, I got a lot of money for this kid. Oh, ho, ho.
It's like, come here, boy. This is
I
really
didn't
weird.
I didn't get Brokeback Mountain vibes from that, but okay.
So Romeo gets off. Jolene goes to prison. She was offered a deal. So this is how she gets screwed over. She was offered a deal to where she would get X amount of time, but she actually got the maximum sentence, right?
Well, she was supposed to get a suspended sentence. I'm pretty sure a suspended sentence is like probation, which a person has been sentenced to jail, but the court will defer it to allow defendant to perform a period of probation. So keep your nose clean, no jail.
Cool. So she goes to prison and we didn't mention her other power. She has like a thread that's in her finger.
Mm-hmm. And it can cut off a guard's ear while a van is driving down the truck away from them.
Yeah.
So like that's a hell of a range.
Yep. And it looks like as the thread stretches, it takes like the thread is her skin. So I guess it can stretch because as it's starting to stretch out, like holes in her hand appear.
Yeah, but only she can see it.
Only she can see it, right? So
Yeah.
two guards are gonna rape her friend that we're talking about flicking the bean because she doesn't have enough money. She's a fucking prisoner. I didn't get that part.
Yeah,
But
I don't know if they're going to explain the money thing later, but like apparently to get to prison safely, you're supposed to pay the guard, which JoJo didn't pay the guard at all, but apparently she had to. Things are just happening. The plot thread reaches into the van, but then everything else happens off screen, so it doesn't count.
So the girl who is about to get molested or whatever, she hid $300 in her tits, not in her bra. She cut open her skin and stuffed them in with her implants, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you would make two cuts. Like put all the money in one hole. Like,
Her boobs got to be balanced.
I mean, I feel like the size of those things, you're not going to notice a literal dollar's worth of difference.
She said she had $200 in 20s in one side and 250s in the other. So that doesn't seem balanced either. But maybe the guy who did her boobs were a bit lopsided, so she's trying to balance them.
Got to leave room for the flask.
So she uses her thread thing to cut off the guard's ear. And then we just don't see this girl anymore. So I guess she's safe.
I think the thread is like sentient though, because she doesn't like decide any of the stuff. She can hear what's going on in the van, but then she somehow knows that she cut off the guard's ear, but she doesn't like seem to plan it. She seems as shocked as everyone else that the ear comes off.
Yeah.
And then the next time her thread, like she uses her thread consciously a few times to like steal stuff. Mm-hmm. But then when she's being chased by like the voodoo doll, I have written down string ex machina because like she's stuck in the girder or whatever. Don't know why she went up there like that, but like she basically she turns into Spider-Man and climbs up a wall to get away from like the little totem thing. She closes her eyes and the string bond just comes out of nowhere and decks the doll. So like she isn't controlling it consciously.
All she knew is that she wanted to stop the girl getting molested, and the thread took care of the rest, I guess.
You think it's gonna turn into like a Venom situation where it's like, I want to eat some yarn. She's like, no, we already ate all the yarn. They're gonna get suspicious because the craft room is empty.
I like it. The end of episode 1, she uses her thread to kill what's his nuts there, the elf lawyer. It pops through into his car while he's driving away, and she's in prison and chokes him out, and he crashes and dies. So that was some quick comeuppance. So what Jeremy was talking about earlier is Jolene's got a new cellmate, and she's fucking crazy, completely bipolar.
I actually want to go back a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't think it's a bit weird that like there isn't an investigation? Like a lawyer's leaving a courthouse. He has a threatening letter from a prisoner, and then he dies, and no one's like, let's not investigate any of this.
Nah, That lawyer's a dick. Fuck him.
I mean, the warden seemed to like him.
That's true.
Is the warden like a shark person or whatever?
I think I think they're like some sort of half man, half mutant things. They're X-Men. Let's go with that. The cellmate is a nut job, right?
Yeah.
She's screaming at Jolene for putting her sheets on or her stuff on one of the bunks, and she apologizes the next day, all like innocent sounding, and then proceeds to fuck with her the rest of the day. Like after apologizing with baby voice.
Yeah, there's a lot of baby voice in these two episodes. There's a little bit in the first one, and then the second one is just like, all right, this is where we really hit our baby voice stride.
Yeah.
Just a whole bunch of women talking in baby voice, and also a dude and a carved out parrot.
Yes. So the roommate's powers are that she can shrink people. But since she's insane, she hollowed out a bird and put one of the guards inside of it.
Yeah.
And then she goes nuts and kills the bird guard mascot thing. Now she needs a replacement, right? So Jolene is there. She shrinks Jolene and hollows out a rat, which, good on her. Maybe she shrinks the insides of the rat, but that rat was still intact when she decided that she was going to hollow the middle out.
Yeah, it's like a legit rat costume.
Yes.
She's running and diving with it, and it's fine.
Jolene's cellmate, who can shrink people and put them in hollowed out animals, wants to use Jolene in the rat costume to try and escape. But it turns out she's just trying to screw Jolene over.
No, I think she really wanted to escape.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then when she found Jolene not following the plan and like using the string power or whatever, is when she like just went off.
Right, because what starts to happen is the further Jolene gets away from the cellmate, she starts to lose like her shrunken self.
Yeah,
it starts to grow, so that's why the plan goes tits up.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna try and like be smart about it. Like Jolene was gonna like sneak out and be like, okay, I'll get back in range, shrink down, give her the information. But now I know I can kill her and like get my size back. Like I won't be stuck like this, when I, string her up. But no, it's just, she stumbles dick first into success at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So she hulks out of the rat costume. She sneaks away from the guards, and then she sneaks away from the guards, and then she goes. I'm trying to remember the look. Then she starts getting chased by basically like a wooden voodoo doll looking thing, like looking like something out of Crash Bandicoot, maybe.
Yes.
And it's like scratching her all to shit, and there's no blood everywhere though. But anyway, but she's like, oh, this is the soul of her power. I don't know how she figured that out, but okay. She has a doll that shrinks you, but you can't see it until after you've been in a rat costume with it for a half hour. Like, can she see it or can she not see it? I don't fucking know. She can see it when the plot demands it. And so it chases her up a wall. I don't know how she climbs the wall, but she just does.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets stuck in the ceiling because she's growing again. And then like the string monster comes out of nowhere, decks the thing. She gets shrunk again and thrown into the hallway in the most obvious trickery that's ever been tricked. And then she grows back to full size in there. The guard comes and sees her, hits the alarm. All this time the string monster is doing nothing.
Right.
It's like Dragon Ball Z, no one reacts to shit. Naruto has this problem too, where it's like some guy stops to give them time and everyone just stops and watches them die instead of running. A lot of anime do that. I shouldn't just blame those two, but like the two that come to mind. And then after the guard leaves and the situation is explained in excruciating detail, then like the string monster just beats the shit out of her.
Yeah, it's like if Venom, the top half of Venom, was a tag team partner. It's connected to her, similar to the way he is in the Venom movie. it's pounding the roommate. It's beating the shit out of her like All Might did that Nomu in the
Yep.
the first season of My Hero. Unbelievable. And for some reason she's alive. She beats the shit out of this girl for like 15 seconds, and she's just up in the top bunk, just chilling.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
she's bandaged up.
just after the slowest person in the audience wonders how long it takes to get a fucking shotgun, she says, "Okay, now you got to shrink me," and then the camera pans to the guy with a gun, and she's gone. So that all happened instantly. I'm not sure I'm gonna enjoy the show because I think the pacing is really off.
Sure.
But I like I like the string power. I hope they flesh it out and stop having it just do things for the show to happen. The plot and character development is kind of like at Transformers levels right now.
Yeah.
We need to get it down to like 3 Fast, 7 Furious levels if I'm going to watch the show long term. But I will give it a chance because there's a lot of cool concepts in there.
Sure.
But like, I need these powers to either be autonomous or not autonomous.
Yeah, it's much better than the previous JoJo stuff we talked about. That's
okay,
for
the
sure.
previous JoJo stuff, it was very deliberate. The problem I have with JoJo stuff was the way they talked.
Mm-hmm.
And like how long it took the demon, the vampire, to jump down 3 stories. Like that guy was falling for like 8 minutes. The way the characters meet JoJo's and fall in love with them was just really obnoxious. But mostly it was just the way everyone talked with the, "Oh dear, we're going to be so British."
Yep.
But JoJo.
Yeah, it was all very 70s villain.
Thanks for listening to the podcast.
Yes, please like, share, comment, all that stuff. Subscribe. Share it with a buddy who likes anime.